Hi Pisces, it's Lynn from Tinker Tarot. I'm here to do your August 2019 reading. And this week I've discovered a new layout that I really want to try. And it's called the Four Elements layout. And it's how you fare in your elements. So I'm using the Celtic Tarot because I lost one of my Mythic Tarot cards. And I'm also using the Gilded Tarot to clarify. So, Pisces, what are the messages for Pisces, August 2019? I know this is a little late. It's the 8th today, but all my readings are about 30 days long. It takes up to 30 days to unfold. So, there's no worries there. Whether it's the first week, second week, third week, fourth week, they're all around 30 days, okay? So, what do we got for you here? I better open my blind a little bit lighter. That's how I open my blind. All right, Pisces. So, Pisces, August 2019. Pisces. All right, let's see what we got for you here. They let me know, you know. They let me know when they're ready. I'll describe this layout too once as we go along with it. It's easier that way. And you can see how it applies to you. Hopefully this resonates with you. Sometimes the whole reading doesn't resonate, but there's a message in there somewhere for everyone. You know, part of the reading is for you, or like I said, there's a message in there. Oh, they're getting ready. I can tell, yeah, I think they're ready. I can just tell the way they feel, you know. I like this setup too because you can see the table as well. So here is your water element, your fire, your air, and your earth. All right. So we start with your water, and in your water you have the Fool, beginning a new chapter in life. This is in your emotions, too. This is on your feeling level. Your water element has to do with your emotional guidance and relationships. You might be ready to start a new relationship. Doesn't have to be in love. It can be with a friendships. Maybe you're, starting new friendships, or renewing friendships with a family member. Something like that. So let's get clarity on that for you. Your new chapter, ready to take a risk. You're ready to take a leap of faith with someone in a relationship of some sort. There's another one for you. Yeah, Ace of Cups. So this is... I think you have your eye on somebody. You may not have expressed your feelings yet, but you definitely have your eye on somebody. Someone you're willing to take a risk with here, okay? And then you have the Queen of Swords. This could be an air person, which is Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, male or female. Or it could be someone that is on the table. They speak their mind, basically. They speak their mind. They're very communicative, and also perhaps you're getting ready to communicate to this person you got your eye on. It could be an air sign, okay? Let's see if there's anything else there for you. Pisces. Yeah, you looking. This person could wear their emotions on their sleeve, and they may not like it. Oh, I thought it was the Fool. I thought you got double Fool. Okay, so the Hanged Man. So, the Hanged Man is like gaining a new perspective on something. Pausing to gain a new perspective. You see his legs make the shape of a 4, and 4s are paused when we need to give something some consideration, a new look on it. Then you got the 8 of Cups, the 9 of Swords, and Judgment. Okay? 8 of Cups is ready to leave something behind. Feeling unsatisfied, looking for new horizons. But there's only 3 cups spilled. There's 5 cups still standing, so there's something to work on here. But you're not sure if you want to put the effort in, okay? Because you have a new perspective. The 9 of Swords. This is you protecting your heart. You know, there's been a lot of words been said, and not just from one person, from all different angles, right? And you've been really hurt here, and you're protecting your heart now. Oops. You know, I'm wondering if it's in a relationship you were already in. And like I said, this could be a renewal of a relationship, like a revival, because there's been past hurts, right? And not sure if you want to put if it's worth it to put any more effort in. There's been a lot of hurt there, and I don't think you trust. You've lost some trust or something, right? And then there's Judgment. And Judgment's transformation, rebirth. Also, it's a calling. You know, you may feel like you're called to move on to something new. You know, you've given this, and with rebirth, it's the death of the old you and the birth of the new you, you know, which is being suggested here in the Hanged Man and in the Fool. You know, the death of the old you, of the way you used to think, the way you used to operate with your feelings and within relationships. And now you have a new perspective and you operate differently. I think maybe you might be realizing that you're not getting what you want through this old way, you know, and you're going to find a new way. You're going to evolve, grow, mature. Okay? So now in your fire energy, you have the 9 of Swords again. So this is the action. Your fire energy is your creativity, your passion, or any action that you might be taking. And this doesn't look like any action at all. It's heartbreak. It's a lot of wounds, a lot of old wounds to your heart. You know, all these roses suggest your you know, and don't forget, roses are very beautiful, but they have thorns. They can hurt. So something that you were passionate about or are passionate about is causing a lot of pain, you know, and it's just about over. It's just about the end of the pain, you know, because it is the 9. And this is also going to cause change in your life. You got it over here too, the 9. And it's causing change in you because there's the Judgment, right? You're changing. And the Hanged Man and the Fool, all suggesting something new. You want something new. It's out with the old, in with the new. So let's see what this 9 of Swords has to say in your fire element. Ooh, I have a feeling this one belongs. Temperance. Okay. So this is tempering something in your life. It's something, you know, there we have our opposites, our polar opposites, right? And they're like extremes, you know, one way or another, and you're trying to bring them into balance so that this one isn't extremely that way or that one isn't extremely. So perhaps with your behavior or how you're fulfilling your own needs, you know, I think there's something that you're not fulfilling here. You're trying to reconcile your heart and your mind together, you know, to work together, to give you what you want, to get you what you want. And, you know, it's kind of funny because that's going on here too. The roses are your heart and the swords are your mind. And I think your heart is hurt by what you now know, the lessons you've learned in this. It might be difficult to let something go. The Fool again. Double Fool. It's funny, I thought this one was the Fool over there because they do look similar, but here's the Fool, ready for a new beginning, you know. And this is what you need. You realize you needed to temper something here in your life. It's kind of funny, you know, because in both these cards, she's juggling. She's trying to create a balanced flow of energy. And so is he, you know. He's kind of juggling all the signs of the horoscope, and is willing to take a chance, you know. He doesn't know which one. But he's willing to take a chance, and the warning with the Fool is be careful, you know, where you're going. Be careful with your steps. You still need to watch where you're going, you know. Watch what you're getting into, because it takes us a while to temper ourselves. It's not just something we can do from one day to the next. It takes a while. You know, it took a while for us to become the people we are and the patterns we have now, and to change those patterns a bit takes a bit. But you've been going through something for a while, it looks like to me. And I think you're dissatisfied in love. And, you know, you're really yearning for something new here. That's what you want. Something completely new. Is there anything else for Pisces in their fire element? You're passionate about a new start, you know, and I think you're taking action on it. I think that you could have had some depression, anxiety for a while, and were unable to make a move, and you're gaining a new outlook, you know. And I think that's part of the tempering. I think that's part of that. Yeah, I think you feel very passionate about this new beginning that you're taking. You might feel a little more in control too. Suddenly. Oh. Okay. The Knight of Swords. Oops. Just figures. The Knight of Swords and the Six of Wands. Okay, so first of all, I want you to take note that these horses are going in opposite directions. All right, so the Knight of Swords is it's an action card, and it's in your action element. So this guy has something to say. He wants to put it out on the table. He wants to speak the truth. He needs to speak his mind, and it's something to do with recognition, victory. I think that the action that you're taking, through, when you went through this anxiety and depression and everything, you come out of this with a more tempered approach to yourself and how you handle things. And like I said, you're ready to start something new, and you realize that you've got to say what's on your mind. You've got a message to deliver. You need to and by doing this, I think that you're going to get rewarded. You're going to have victory. You're going to, because this is right under the Fool, the Six of Wands, victory in your new path, in your new start. Okay, this is going to be a big change for you. I think a very good one, because Six of Wands, this also could be at work. All right, you could be being promoted at work, or moving on to a higher position somehow, because it is in your creativity, your fire element. So I think there's lots of changes for you going on, not just in one area of your life, but many. So now in your air energy, you have the Chariot. Sometimes this is known as Cancer, but it's also about getting a hold of the driver's seat, getting control over where you're going, what you're trying to manifest, make happen in your life. Sometimes it suggests a trip. You could be traveling, going on a trip. It's also making moves. And again, we have the polar opposites. The two dragons here are like polar opposites, and we have those in ourselves, and our shadow side and our light side, and it's about getting them to work together. This is like the theme of your reading, pretty much. So what else do we have for the Chariot? Oh, this is your air energy. So this is your thoughts, your imagination, your communication, your ideas, okay? So you have an idea. You could be moving too. Sometimes this Chariot suggests moving, going on a trip, also reconciling getting control over your opposing forces within you or around you. I think it's within you, because this is all in your mind. You're not all in your mind, but I mean, it's your thought process, right? Except I just dropped a bunch of cards. I'm having a real week for dropping everything. I drop and like crazy. Wow, you got them at full here, but that's okay. So we have the Queen of Wands. This is usually fire energy, Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. Male or female, someone's passionate, creative. They're a real go-getter. They're a doer. They don't just talk about things, they do them, The Hermit, which is looking inside that I'm trying to think of what I can't think of my word. I'll come back to that. It's trying to look within, deeper within yourself, and it's kind of getting to know who you are now, because I think you're going through a transformation, an evolution. Okay, we go through quite an evolution from teenage to adult, from your 20s to your 30s. You go through an evolution when you go through those stages, life cycles. And so this is taking a look within, you know, a deep look within. And you may even need some space from people, which is perhaps why you may be going on a trip or vacation or a weekend away or something, to just get some time to yourself, because you really need to think. You need to think. Could have something to do with a fire sign too. And then there's the Four of Cups. And like I said, fours are pauses to consider something. You're being offered this beautiful, giant, amazing cup. It looks a lot like this cup. They look almost the same size, you know. Well, I guess not, but they're both big. And you can't see anything but that cup. You're just like in awe, like, wow. But meanwhile, there's these other options. There's these other offers around you, but you don't even notice them. It's like, yeah, but what about that big cup? Look at it, you know. You got your eye on the prize, basically. Then you have the Emperor, and these are all clarifying this Chariot. The Six of Swords, and the Four of Swords. Past hurts again. So you got a couple of fours here. You're doing a lot of thinking. A lot of thinking with the Hermit, the Four of Cups, and the Four of Swords. And you're thinking about moving on. I think you want to move away from the Emperor, the father figure, the ruler. You know, this person in your life could be male or female, but they want to run the show. And I don't think it's too turbulent for you. You could be, you know, you and the Emperor could be arguing or something like that about something. Anyway, you've hurt each other. There's been a lot of past hurts. And here in the Four of Swords, you know, he rests. While he sleeps, he's taking a rest to think, you know, consider things, but he's wearing armor while he sleeps. That's how defensive you may feel. And all these swords are pointing right at his heart, you know. So these hurts, these past hurts, are these old wounds are still very much in the present. They're not forgotten, because he's still got armor on, you know. And like I said, there's an element of distrust here, some sort of distrust. But you've learned your lessons from this experience, and I think you want to move on. You want something calm or something more peaceful. Maybe you and your past person or present person that you could be moving away from, there is a lot of conflict, because there are a lot of swords here, a lot. So it could be a lot of fights, like communication, arguments, disagreements, and maybe because you oppose the power of the Emperor. The Emperor wants to be obeyed. You know, he thinks he knows what's best for everyone. And you know, he wants his word to be listened to and obeyed. And you may not be into that. You may not be that kind of person. You know what I mean? So you're ready to take I think you need a break. You need to get away. You need to do some thinking, because also, I get the feeling with this Four of Cups, it's not what you thought it was going to be. You know, you thought it was going to be this, all glorious and beautiful and everything. And I don't think it's turning out to be that. And, you know, of course, when we first fall in love, you know, when we first get with someone, the fantasy is in our head about, oh, he's wonderful and he's romantic and he's smart and he's, you know, and then after a while, some of that dies out and reality steps in, and there's things you don't like so much, and you have to weigh the positives and the negatives and decide what can I live with and what can't I live with. So this is kind of this right here. All this thought. You're thinking you want to move on. It says it all over the place here. All over the place. You're ready for something new. And it doesn't have to be that one person is right or another person is wrong. It's just sometimes after time you realize we're not quite, we don't quite fit like we thought we would, They're not a bad person, I'm not a bad person. It's just that the fit's not right, okay? So, on to your earth energy. Now, your earth energy is your home, family, finances, and physical self, okay? And you got the Three of Shields. And the Three of Shields is about investing in something new for yourself. It's a new skill. Also here, like I said, up here, it looks like you could be moving up in the world as far as your career. You could, I think you're moving to a higher position. You got promoted or something like that, or a better position. Anyway, you can see that you've been elevated because look, he's standing on the stool above them. And they're coming to him asking if he can do this, if he can make this, if he can create this. And he has the tools to do it. So this is you. You have the tools to do it. Now this is, I think this is relating to the finance part of your earth. I think people have faith in you to do the job. You're making your mark here, is what you're doing. You're making your mark at home and with your family and finances. You're starting to make your mark. So let's see, Pisces. What else do we have for your earth energy? Oh, I get hot flashes sometimes. I just break out into a sweat. I'm breaking out into a sweat right now. I don't think it's the energies. I think it's me being 54. Okay, what do we got here for you? I was thinking about this card earlier, the World. So there's a couple of things here. This is walking through a threshold, a doorway, ready to begin again. You have a new spiritual, and by spiritual, I mean, spiritual. I like to think of inspiration. You're being inspired by something you believe in now. You believe in it, Sometimes that's how I see the spiritual in the world. Like she's wearing that purple outfit that's covered in stars. She's changing her stars, and she's moving on. She's winning, she's and she's ready to evolve. Also, this is another card suggesting travel, world travel, making your mark. Oops. You've been inspired, after you've been through the judgment, been reborn, been, you're being called to move forth, to change, to evolve. And this is it. This is it. This is completion. The world is completion, and it takes us back to the Fool again. When we want to, it's an end of a chapter of life, the world is, but it's also a threshold, stepping through a threshold, leaving that world behind and now entering this world, which is a new life cycle. a new life cycle, and you can see that you're ready for it all over the place. You're going places for sure. Okay, Pisces. What else do we have for Pisces in their earth energy? Around the home and family and finances. You could be moving, like I said it before here with the Chariot. You could be moving because you could have gotten a job in a nearby town or city and have to move from where you're living to go for opportunity, right? It's opportunity for you to make your mark. Is there anything else here for Pisces in their earth energy? Please tell me. Anything else for Pisces? It's supposed to rain soon. Oh, I can see the dark clouds coming. I can see them. 10 of Pentacles. You're wanting to create success. You're looking for your pot of gold. You and this is in your earth energy, your earth element, that is to do with your finances. You want to build security for yourself, and you want also 10 is completion, and the world is completion, right? So you're ready to start something new. You may be even going into a whole new field, you know, of something. You may have, it doesn't say a new job offer, but there's something, like I said, you're evolving. You may be getting ready to go into a whole new field because you're investing in something new here, right? And you have the skills, the tools to do it. People have faith in you. So you just got to have faith in you. And I think you do, because you've changed your perspective. Oh my goodness, that cloud is so dark. It's like completely changing the lighting here. Anyway, Pisces, this is all really good. Like good things are coming to you now after a time of hurt, pain, and indecision, probably struggling with that, walking through that threshold, leaving that behind. But you're going to be rewarded for doing it. You're going to be victorious, and you're going to get to that 10 of Pentacles, and then and keep growing from there. You know, you're at this precipice of blooming. You know, you're going to bloom again, which is a very nice message. So anyway, Pisces, if you like this reading and it resonates, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It's free to subscribe. You don't get any annoying emails or messages or anything like that. And if you want to be notified of any new readings that come up, you can hit that little bell. Otherwise, I hope you have a great month. I'd love to hear in the comments if this resonates with you, or if just one part of the message does. You know, that's okay too. So take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.